Once upon a time, there lived a girl named Temitope Adebayo. She was a teenage girl that attended a local school in her area. However, Temitope was a chronic latecomer. She usually reaches school when the morning formalities were over and the students had gone to their various classes. Sometimes, she reaches school when it was almost time for break. Whenever she comes to school this late, the teachers would scold her and punish her severely. She would be made to kneel in front of the class for long stretches of time while lessons were going on. Sometimes she would be ordered to go round the entire school picking up waste such as food, nylons, papers, and the like. She would also not go home until she emptied all the waste baskets in the school and returned them to their stations. Most times, she would be made to wash all the toilets in the school while other students were in class learning. After cleaning the toilets, she would be made to fetch water to fill up all the water reservoir in the toilet. The school toilets could not be flushed, so anyone using the toilet had to go with a bucket of water. At other times, she would be made to sweep, mop, and arrange all the classrooms in the school, especially at the close of the school day. Temitope would be all alone in school, sweeping, cleaning, and mopping from class to class. She would go home sometimes 3 to 4 hours after school had closed. The teachers would sometimes punish her by asking her to clear the grasses in the school field. By then, schools had fields where students could carry out co-curricular activities like sports, choir practice, and so on. After clearing or cutting the grasses, she was to also gather up every single one of the grasses and feed them to the school animals, if it was edible to them, or burn them. Most times, after serving the punishment allotted to her, Temitope would have no time to play, as she would spend her entire break time catching up on school activities and doing classworks. Temitope wouldn't eat her lunch every day because she had no time to do so and would go home with her food untouched every day. During tests or exam, she would always come out on top of the class, irrespective of the fact that she wasn't in most of the classes. She was an avid reader and she would spend any little time she gets reading. This was why she would always come first, irrespective of her situation. Her class teacher noticed this and became curious. She wanted to find out if Temitope was cheating, so she would make her write her test on her table. Despite this, Temitope still passed. Her class teacher decided that she would find out why Temitope was always late to school and put an end to it if she could. One day, when Temitope was going home, her teacher followed secretly behind her till she found out where she lived. The teacher asked around and found out that Temitope's father had died and her mother was the only one raising her and her 4 siblings. Temitope was the oldest. The next morning, the teacher discovered that Temitope actually prepares for school early. However, she would first go to her mother's stall in the market and sell her goods for her, while her mother prepares her younger ones and takes them to school, and then hawk her goods around the village. It was only when her mother returned from hawking her goods that she would be able to go to school. The teacher felt so sorry for Temitope and went back to school to tell other teachers and the school management. As soon as Temitope got to school that day, she was surprised when her teacher pulled her close and gave her a hug. She told her she was a good girl for supporting her mother. She told her that she was worthy of emulation. She told the class to emulate Temitope and be obedient and helpful to their parents. The next day, on the assembly ground, the principal announced that Temitope's mother would be given a stall in the school's cafeteria to sell her goods so that Temitope could come to school early and still support her mother. Temitope was so happy. She began to come to school earlier than everyone else in the school, since her mother's store was already in her school. The lesson to be learned from this story is that we should never criticize or look down on people due to your own perception of them. Not all that glitters is gold. Be kind to everyone around you and treat everyone fairly, because you don't know what a person is facing. Don't punish or look down on someone for not doing things the way you would like it, because things might not be as it seems. Thank you for listening.